All right, so this time, okay, let's remember what I did this time. This time I rebooted my computer right before I started it again, and I erased all those other false starts with the spaces. So hopefully this one is going to work. I think I did that last time too. I don't know why this is happening, but so I deleted all the other ones, and this is the only one now. So I think this might work. This one feels like it might work. I rebooted my laptop and restarted everything fresh right before I put this on. Sorry, you guys. Thank you for coming back. This is Psychic Carla Barron, and we are looking at, we haven't done one of these in a while. State of the Union, State of the World. It's November 2025. Our government is virtually shut down. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think about it anymore because it's shut down, but the rest of us go on living. So I'm not really sure how much of an impact that is, except for maybe government workers. But you guys have questions for me. Before this podcast started, couple of hours ago, I received a date psychically that rarely happens like that, where just this random date kept popping into my head today. And it has something to do with this. So I'm going to talk about that date. And I'm not really sure what it means, but I want to take a look at that and see if that means anything. For some reason, I saw, not this month, but December 18th, 1 week before Christmas. So I'm not really sure what that date means. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how that plays in here, but it was bothering me because it just kept coming up. So, when that happens, it's usually because I have to say it. So, okay, no harm, no foul. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just going to say it. December 18th. I'm not really sure what's happening that day. I can take a look at it as we go through questions here and just see if I can get any more of a handle on what that means. December 18th. Is it the shutdown? Is it the start of World War III? Is it the start of Civil War II? Is it, I don't know, visitation from aliens? I don't know what it means, but it kept bugging me all day long. December 18th, which turns out to be 1 week before Christmas. So I'm not sure what's happening that day. I have no connection to that date. I don't really know of anyone that's born on that date. So, and I haven't heard that date recently. So that tells me that that date, there's something going on that day. Because it's not like a suggestion that I heard from something else. And I saw that date when I woke up this morning. So there's something happening. All right, let's begin with questions. I need to dig into just whatever you guys want to talk about tonight. Go ahead and send me a request. Again, I appreciate you guys coming back. I'm going to remember this technique next time because clearly I'm on a learning curve with this spaces thing. I don't know why I have to start it like 20 times. All right, Michelle. Michelle. Hey, so I'm not sure if that was the trick that right before we start. I mean, I thought, well, okay, I rebooted my modem before and everything
Mhm.
was cleaned out, everything was fine, but for some reason, rebooting right before I began and then erasing all the other ones helped. So I think I'm not really sure what the problem is here or if other people on Twitter X are experiencing these issues when they start. But once we get going, it's fine. So I'm going to
Yeah,
do this time. Next week, I'll make sure that I reboot the laptop right before we start. And
it's just weird because every time we talk about specific things, it
yeah,
goes crazy.
well, I think we're good. I think we've got, a
hmm
it seems to be continuing. Okay. Um, what's your question?
Well, with the recent elections, I know that we have some Democratic winners, and I keep hearing a little chit chat here and there on the media about maybe the tides are turning. I don't know. What do you see with that?
Well, let's get more specific with your question. So tides
Uh,
are turning with
yeah.
what?
Against the Trump administration because now there's more Democratic winners in the mix.
Well, I think it's going to take more than that, though. I think
hmm
what's happening is, my sense is, and again, I think this is so childish with this Democrat Republican thing.
I know, I know.
But what I sense is, hmm, let me look at it. Nope, they're not giving in.
Uh-huh.
You
I
know,
was hoping it'd be like a catalyst to
no,
breaking something.
no, and in fact, they know if they give in on this one thing that we'll never get the opportunity again
Wow.
during this entire administration for however long this thing goes. Um, short of, a shocking event or
Right.
someone's not here with us anymore or something like
hmm
short of that. But I think nobody is no one is giving up on the Democratic side of things. I mean, I think they're holding on because it's like, you know, do or die now. People,
Exactly.
everybody's doubling down.
It's
I don't,
crazy.
from what I can see, no one but, and it's not because they're being stubborn. I think it's
No,
because
no.
they know if they give even 1 inch,
hmm
this level of tyranny, this level of sovereignty that the Trump administration, I mean, look at what
It's
he's done to the
insane.
White House. I mean, all right, my personal feelings aside about the guy,
hmm
clearly I don't like him. But my
You're not alone.
my personal
Oh,
feelings aside on that, I see this date. I keep seeing. Does anyone know what December 18th is? I mean, other than it's 1 week before Christmas, for some reason
no.
that date keeps popping up about this country.
Nothing stands out with that date.
I mean, I guess we're gonna have to wait to see what okay, like if it's something like really big or whatever, don't everybody come rushing at me on that day. Just post it, I'll repost it, and we'll analyze what happened. Okay.
That's funny.
But that happened when the Natalie Holloway thing happened, and
Mhm.
Warren Vandersloot down in when he was with the other girl out of,
Mhm.
where was it, Venezuela? Um, yeah, that happened that day, that morning. I had 450 some emails that morning. And I'm not talking just one sentence. I'm talking like 3 pages long of, oh my God, you saw that happening right at this time, 2 years later, like you said, in the helicopter. And the thing is that if I see a date, mark it down, because I don't see this all the time. You know how I talk, and Michelle,
Yes.
you've read with me numerous times. So
Mhm.
the types of things that I tend to say during a private session, right?
Yes. Mhm.
I don't always throw dates at you. In fact, it's rare,
Mhm.
especially a specific date.
Right.
So I am just trying to pull my collective self together here and trying to figure, this date has been bugging me all day. Okay. It was, you know what this is like? It feels exactly like the morning of the election 2020,
Mm.
when I saw Trump was ahead in the polls and he was ahead in the votes. And I saw the letter P. And remember when I posted that, and I said, well, it looks like the only state here that has the letter P is Pennsylvania. That's going
Right.
to be our saving grace. And I posted that, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's the end of my career as a psychic right there. let's mark, let's mark that moment. Um, but it turned out, especially
Mhm.
because he was ahead. I mean, I had a lot of nerve posting that, and a lot of people came at me, and I had to block like 20,000 people. Um,
Wow.
I remembered you guys were all yelling at me saying, you know, are you sure? Are you sure? And it's just like, you know what? If I rarely see something, and something like that that's odd, that comes out of nowhere, a piece of information I don't normally proffer, I don't normally give to you guys,
Right.
pay attention to it,
Mhm.
because that means it was given to me by something else. I don't
Mhm.
know what it means yet, but I saw December 18th, 1 week before Christmas. I'm not sure. Are we going to get nuked? I don't know. I'm
Well,
just,
I had one more question, and that was about the Civil War. Were we
yeah.
going to have another Civil War, like you said? What do you think?
All right, let me look. Take a fresh look. We're in November 2025. The threat of civil war, another civil war, in order to break the whatever curse is on our country and on the world right now with this. And
That's
and
right.
we started it. The United States is responsible for this now. And
Mhm.
and to all the other countries that listen to me, and all the other citizens and countries, residents in countries that read with me privately, I apologize for this person running this show. I mean, it's just bad. Um, mm, okay, hold on. Let me look. Civil War 2. Civil War. Is the threat of civil war real now? Civil War 2. We're in 2025. Are we closer to civil war or further away now? Okay. And as you know, I have my regular playing cards, the ones I always use every day.
Mhm.
Has something to do with my hands. All right, hold on. Civil War 2. Okay. Hold on. Let me see what this is. Okay. Um, you know what the message I'm getting is like Trump is kind of a puppet, you know? And people have got the strings on him, the puppeteers. He's not in charge of anything. He's just basically,
Really?
the spokesperson that's out
Right.
there, doing his ridiculous things. Um, what I'm getting is that the second he feels like people don't like him and he's not popular anymore, he'll change his mind on a dime. He'll change it back. He'll change his
Hmm.
mind on whatever it is, whatever decree he puts forward. He won't stick with it because people don't like him and he has to go stand in the corner and take a timeout. Um,
But they're already like talking against him and making memes about him. And I mean, he
no,
doesn't get the hint.
no, it's not that. I'm saying it's on an elevated level. I mean, I'm saying
Mm,
like it will be, people storming the White House kind of thing. Like,
wow.
when it gets to the point where his personal safety is threatened,
Hmm.
he'll back down in 2 seconds. But that's what I'm getting. But here's
Hmm.
the problem with this. I see something put in motion that snowballs, and I'm making this statement, so mark it down. I see something being put in motion that he can't take back so quickly. Like
Mm,
it's irreparable.
wow.
It's like, he had the football and he pressed the button or something. I mean, it's something that you just can't take back so easily.
Hmm.
Something happens where he can't take it back this time. Okay, hold on. I'm seeing something else. Oh my God. I hope this is true what I'm seeing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm just going to say what I'm seeing. Um, I heard the words remove him from office.
Oh, we all pray.
No, I know I got happy for like 2 seconds.
I think we all did.
I know. I mean, I don't mean to, you know, give anybody like a stroke or a heart attack over there, but I'm seeing. I heard the words remove him from office, and I got a glimpse of just like a brief thing. This usually happens on a crime scene where it's this fast. It's kind of like a lightning fast, let's say, screenshot in a movie, and I see it for a second, and I'm able to stop it, and I can look at all the elements of it. I see one person on either side of him actually taking him by both arms and removing him.
That's crazy. We could only hope.
He's got, is, is that Rick in the background?
Yes. He's like, oh, I could pray and hope.
Okay. Like, tell him to get on here. All right.
She
So
had to get on here.
part of what I'm seeing is I see one person on either side of him, whether it's military, police, I don't know, MPs like grabbing him on either side. And I see them actually, someone, either the speaker or someone says, remove him now or something like that. Like I just see an order.
Maybe that's December 18th.
I am not sure. Maybe he does. Okay, I'm just going to put this as an example of what might happen. Maybe he does something so egregious, okay? Like, you know, a nuclear event or something that he just feels like, oh, well, it's time now. I need to make my mark in history. Let's mark this moment. And then he you know, it's something that he can't take back, and there is no forgiveness. It's something that will go down in the rest of history. I mean, even beyond what he's already done.
Wow.
Like, there's no spin on this. That's what I'm getting. There's no media spin that can happen on this event that I am seeing
Hmm.
that will get him out of trouble. Get him out of, he will not be able to pay his way out of this. He will not be able to escape the country. Rick is enjoying this. Rick,
He's actually watching a movie, and I had my mic on. I have my earphones on, so he doesn't hear what's going on, but he's laughing at the right time.
I know. It's like he's totally like timed in. Okay,
Uh,
tell Rick, tell Rick to behave over there. All right, so
she said, "Behave." Okay.
Sorry.
Well, you made our day. I'm telling you, you made our night with just that statement alone. I'll let other people ask questions now.
well,
I'm
yeah.
happy.
I mean, I don't know what I was just seeing, but I saw a brief snippet. Usually, when it happens that fast, like I said, I'm working a crime scene, and it'll happen very fast. It's a flash, and I slow it down, and I can look at all sides of the image in my head, and it looks like two MPs are removing him from his chair. Like, not that he's ill. It looks like somebody said, please remove him now, or something he is about to do, something Trump is about to do will be so egregious. It'll be beyond anything he's done so far. And I know that's hard to imagine. But it will be beyond anything that can be forgiven. There's no get out of jail free card here. And that's where I see removal. That's what I heard. Remove him now. Those three words. Remove him now.
I'm glad I asked.
Um, Plus this December 18th date, I'm not really sure how that plays in, but
I wrote it
thank,
down.
thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Rick, for laughing at the right
She
time.
said, "Thank you for laughing at the right time." He's laughing now.
I don't know.
All right.
Thank you,
All
Carla.
right. I appreciate it. All right. So who else wants to ask a question here? Cause like clearly I'm tapping into certain things. They're random, but they seem to be clear. And again, thanks everybody for coming back. And I'm just going to restart my laptop right before we begin because I tried to do it earlier this afternoon, but that seems to be the trick. I'm not sure what's happening with spaces or why they're having a glitch. Hold on. Who do we have? Tanya. Hey, Tanya. Are you there? Tanya?
Hi, I'm here.
Hey, okay.
Hi. It took a few minutes here.
Yeah, sorry for the false starts earlier. Again, I apologize. It's not me though. It seems to be once we get started, we're fine. So, yeah, I'm seeing some, and now the sirens are going outside my apartment.
Oh, I
Yes,
hear that.
I live in Los Angeles in the middle of now. So what is happening with just your reactions to what I've said so far?
Yeah, I think it is so, it's just so negative out there. I think every day is a crescendo. Everything is getting worse by the day. And I think maybe that date is this, something's gonna happen, like you said.
Well, I
It's
mean,
building up, maybe.
you're psychic to a degree here, so I'm asking you honestly. what kind of visceral reaction did you have when I said that date? December 18th.
Well, the December 18th is actually Migrants Day. It's a
Oh,
protection of the human
I
rights.
did not
Yeah.
know that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having that information. I did not know that. Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that sort of plays into the whole, you know, ICE affair and,
Right.
people being taken.
Yeah. It's,
Well, I honestly didn't know that.
yeah.
I don't have, how did you know that?
Oh, I remember everything. I
Oh
read
my
everything. I remember
God.
things.
See, we need you on all of these, Tanya, because I need you to fact check me. Um, so it's Migrants Day.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
that's kind of weird that that date kept coming up to me. It kept flashing in my head and it wouldn't let me alone. So I thought, well, I'll just put it out there. I have no idea what it means, but, um, that's the date I was seeing
Yeah. Wow.
all
Wow.
day.
Wow. I get, things, before you said how you get in your dreams, stuff comes through. That's what happens to me too.
Mm.
And it just, it feels so angry. People are just, I don't know, something's gonna come to a head though. It is so egregious what he's doing. Oh, with the ice and with the food and it,
No, but I get it's something that he puts in motion.
right, right.
What I see is it, and I don't see it's because he's angry. I see it's because he's a pompous ass. That's
Exactly,
what,
yeah.
that's what's
Yeah.
that's what's going on here. And because
Yep.
he decides one day because he is king of the United States
Right.
and king of the world that he is going to put this in motion.
Right.
Whatever this thing is that I'm seeing. I am seeing that it is so bad that
Yeah.
they remove him from office.
Do you think that, how come nobody around him is even trying to curb him or something? Or are they waiting? Maybe I don't know how they can sit back and do nothing. I don't understand.
Well, let me look at that because that's actually a good question. And I need to look at why everybody is just so immobilized. Like
Right.
they're paralyzed and they're just not doing anything and they're just, you know, uh,
Right.
converging in the background. Let me just see what's going on with that. Let me see why no one is lunging forward with some sort of action.
Right.
All right, let me see what's happening. Donald Trump, why are they not stopping you? Oh, okay. This harkens back to an earlier podcast that I did. I don't know if you guys remember me saying that Melania and this money here
Mm.
and what's going, okay. Um, almost like I'm not going to say she's the brains behind the, because I'm not going to say that, but I am going to say that she is. What I see here is that she is instrumental in weaving together, sewing together various regimes of world leaders that want to just basically take over everything. So
Really?
these are, and I only see what I'm counting is three major players. These three players are all directing her on what to do. She is gathering what they need
Really?
I'm okay. I'm not going to say she's Mata Hari, but she's got like,
Hmm.
she's got like a little
Hmm.
spy thing going on,
I could see that. Hmm.
and she's being paid very well.
Really.
That's why she puts on the smile. She's there to play a role, and she's going back to the homeland.
Right. Right.
But I'm telling you, I see three major players here, and Trump is one of them, and two others. I believe definitely Russia is one of them,
Yeah.
and I'm looking to see. Well, oddly enough, I'm not getting China. I'm getting Korea.
Really.
Let me double check that.
I was thinking about that the other day. With all the food and everything, and that he's not releasing the money, I compared it to North Korea. Kim Jong Un. He withholds food only for the elite there, so everybody else in the country starves. And I'm thinking that's exactly by comparison. The other day, I'm thinking it's kind of like what Trump is trying to do. I don't know. I'm sure he's not thinking that. Who knows? But it's
Well,
the food control thing.
and I'm looking at just psychically what it's telling me, not what I personally think the
Right.
situation is about. But this is where I know I'm in psychic mode versus what I think, because a lot of times I disagree with myself. you know, because what I would think is different from what's coming through.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but that's what I thought I was going to see China, and I'm not.
Wow.
I'm seeing Korea, and it's definitely, let me check, make sure it's North Korea. Is it North Korea? Is it North Korea? Is this the third player in this triad? I keep hearing the
Hmm.
word triad. Okay.
Really. Hmm.
Yeah, I like triad, like this. Mm, all right, let me see. Is it North Korea? Yes or no? Oh, oh. Hold on.
Hmm.
Let me see who the third player is. Okay. Show me again. Who is the third player? I know Russia is the second player. I know that for sure, because they were the ones directing Melania to do this.
Right. Right.
Um, is 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 Korea a player in this scenario? Korea. Is Korea a player in this scenario? Ah, okay. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh. Hold on. Okay. The third player is um hidden. That's what I'm getting. Like they're hidden. Like
Oh.
they are they are in the background as a silent investor, let's say.
Mhm.
Um, and now I'm being pointed towards. It's almost like they want us to think it's Korea. That's what I'm getting.
Okay.
Like it's a shell game, and they
Right.
want us to think that, well, who are we going to get to take the blame for this? Kind of like Brian Koberger, right? Like who are we going to
Right.
um, so I'm getting that that's why Korea is being pushed forward in my head psychically. But I saw that it was flashing, so it tells me that that is not true. That
Okay.
that's a scapegoat. They
Right.
are
Okay.
going to use that country as a scapegoat for the country who's really behind what's going on.
Oh, wow.
And okay, it could be the Saudis, because I see that they're so hidden, so expertly hidden away
Mm-hmm.
in the background that no one will ever guess it's them,
Oh, wow.
the Saudis.
Another thing is, did you hear that? I know that Stephen Miller, I forget who else. They're all living on military bases now.
Why?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like,
um,
for
that's scary.
what purpose?
Yeah. It's like, what do they know? You know?
Well, or they're positioning themselves.
Right, right.
But I am telling you, the third player is hidden in this shell game. Okay. And I get that they will take the fall for the bigger player that who is, it's almost like the Wizard of Oz, and um,
Man behind the
this is the
curtain.
man behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And I was shown that this could be the Saudis.
Wow.
That, that not only money equals power, but, you know, they see a weakness now that they are trying to, uh, they will never get a time in history like this for maybe
Right.
a couple hundred years where they can make a strategic strike
Mm-hmm.
quickly while everybody's looking at something else.
Right. Exactly. That makes
And I'm
sense.
telling you, I'm going to confirm it now.
Okay.
Is the Saudis?
Okay.
Is that the real player? Is that the man behind the curtain? The Saudis. Yep. Absolutely 100% what I'm.
Ah, okay.
So nobody come and like drop something on my building, please. I mean, I'm just, I'm just, this is a psychic reading. Okay. I'm putting the disclaimer out because I would like to be breathing for another,
Yeah.
for another 100 years. All right. So, um, wow. Very interesting information coming out tonight.
Wow. Yeah.
What do you think about what I just said, Tanya? How's that
Yeah.
is that resonating with you?
Yeah. I think it is. Um, absolutely. Russia is a given. And that, and, with Trump and everything.
And the
And
fact
that's the
that
money.
Korea or North Korea would take the fall for somebody bigger like the
Maybe
South.
that's why I was seeing what I was seeing. Yeah. And I was faked out by it, but yeah. Yep.
Well, you know what? All we can do is just mark this down because when predictions are being made, it's not my job to sift through it and to analyze it and do all that. I get impressions or I get information, and the most pure, the purest form of that information when it comes to me is that I just relay it to you guys.
Right. Right.
If I sit here and I try to make sense of it, then it starts getting tainted.
Right. Yep.
So I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm just going to say what I see. But I saw that Korea was like, they're going to take the fall for something.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. And
And it's almost like they're already positioned to do so with what, like they have something on them.
okay, yep. Yeah.
And right now is the time to strike because they will not get an opportunity in history like this again, where these, the most powerful of governments or regimes on this planet right now are at their weakest point.
Right.
If the scales are going to tip, they're going to tip now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Time
can
to strike is
see
now,
that.
not when they strengthen up and everybody's okay again.
Right.
And when the markets aren't fluctuating like crazy, like right
Mhm.
now is the time for them to do this, to
Yeah.
cripple us as a nation. Not that I want that to happen. Okay.
No,
But,
no. No,
but
but you're right.
um,
Yeah.
that's what I'm seeing. So
Get them
interesting.
at their weakest point. Yep.
I mean, honestly, you can hear me in psychic mode. You can hear as it's coming into my head.
Yeah. Yep.
You can tell it's real because I'm getting it as I'm telling you.
Right. Oh yeah.
I'm not sitting here, you know, thinking up a good story to tell you. That's because
No, no. No.
it's organic and it's coming out as I'm being given the information. So,
Mhm.
um, wow. What else do we have, Tanya? What else do you want to ask me?
I don't. Well, something unrelated to this, if at all possible.
Okay.
I woke up. You know, when you wake up, but you're not woken up, but you're not asleep in that mode,
Mhm.
and things come to me a lot. And today I woke up and Christine McVeigh from Fleetwood Mac. I don't know why that name came in, but all
Huh.
day I'm thinking like, what is she coming in for? You know, I can't figure it out.
Well, I mean, she crossed.
Yeah,
So,
she did. Yeah. Yeah.
so, I'm okay. So you want me to look to see
Yeah. Is there a
what that
specific
might represent?
reason? I mean, I've had things come to me like whole songs and words that I've never heard of,
Hmm.
but it was right after my mother passed and she was Irish and it was from an Irish singer. I looked it up. Every word came into my dream of
Oh
that
my
song
God.
that I had never heard of before, but it solved something in our family that was going on. It was really weird. Anyways, I can't figure this out though.
Let's see what I see about Christine McVeigh.
Thank you.
Let me see what that might represent.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, um, okay. This is indicating something about, uh,
Health?
well, not your health though. I'm
Okay.
getting a male. Um,
Okay.
and just to remember that it's not your fault. That's what I keep hearing.
Okay.
So this hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
Um, but when it happens, it's not your fault when it happens. Okay.
Okay. All right.
You are, um, you, you will try to blame yourself though, because
Okay.
of certain events leading right up to it,
Okay.
that if you had done something differently,
Mhm.
it has nothing to do with you.
Okay. All right.
Remember that that's the message, that you can't blame yourself for this because this was um, destined to happen,
Mhm.
and it was the moment in time that it had to happen.
Okay. Is it a relative or?
All I'm seeing is it's a male, and I mean, you might even be present when it happens.
Okay. Okay.
But what's weird is, why Christine McVeigh?
I don't, I don't know. I
What
don't
the
listen to
hell?
Fleetwood Mac usually. I don't know.
I know, like what is that about? You know what?
Strange.
Sometimes it's just, it comes, sometimes this is a good thing to say. Sometimes it happens like that where it's something just so odd and so out of the ordinary of something
Mhm.
would never even think about in a million years, because otherwise you wouldn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's
So,
true. Okay. Well, thank you so very much.
well, you're going to have to let us know about that one.
I will. I definitely will.
Remember, do not blame yourself. Okay.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right. You're welcome. All right. So who else do we have here? Who else wants to speak and say anything? Patrick, do you have a question for me? Kat, do you have a question? Anybody have a question you want to put forth about just the state of anything that's going on right now? But again, I feel like it's not about the regular course of events now. It's about they're gathering like pirate treasure. I mean, that's what's happening. Pirate treasure all over the world, and that's, they're they're just hoarding as much treasure as they can get. It kind of reminds me. Well, I mean, it's not as bad, but when the Nazi regime came in and was just taking all the art pieces and all the gold and all the anything they could get their hands on, like manuscripts and literature and whatever, and just buildings and museums, and just taking it all for themselves. That's almost what I feel is going on right now. Like, it's the quiet before the storm. These are all the rats in the in the walls. These are the rats in the walls, and they're all gathering all their stuffs, all the pirate booty, and they're gonna take it somewhere else where they feel is safe. Um, but I get that this triad that I am seeing is planning diabolical things. And will it happen? No, I'm still seeing him being removed. Mr. Speaker or Mr. whatever, please remove him from, I see these two people, these two MPs, like picking him up on either arm, and Trump is being walked out. Okay, if we see that, then, we can talk about that later, but, and we'll have an entire podcast or maybe 5 podcasts on why that happened. But that's what I'm seeing. And, I don't know what's going to transpire on December 18th, but that was a date that came into play. So whatever that means. That's why I'm given certain information, because I don't try to, receive the information and then process the information and then disseminate the information. I don't pull it apart. I give it to you in the pure form that I get it. And then we see what happens. That's why I call them, breadcrumbs, because that's pretty much what they are. As far as like the government shutdown and all that, I mean, I see that just being like this stupid dance they're doing. This is buying them time to gather all their resources for themselves. This triad. So hopefully part of those resources isn't like nuclear arms, because, that would not be a pleasant world to live in. But I get that, the reason everybody's being so complacent and not doing anything about it I think they're all being threatened and they're scared that, you know, they'll either be taken out or, you know, disappeared or something like that. And I think some pretty wild threats have been handed out by that administration. I think that, it's on a regular basis. And they're afraid to say anything or do anything. Do they regret being there and in the midst of all this? Yes, they do. That's why they're not doing anything. It's not because, they have some grand plan or grand scheme and they're working it behind the scenes. It's more that they're in shock and they just don't know what to do. So they're planning for 2028, when we get out of this. They're looking forward instead of dealing with what's happening right now. Which brings me to Gavin Newsom. I just want to see what's going on with that guy. I want to see if he ends up, if Newsom actually ends up being president. Let me just see what his chances are. I'm kind of curious. Let me just see. Will Gavin Newsom, our current governor here, become president of the United States in 2028? Okay, there he is. There he is getting funded. Will he be president? You know what? I don't think so. And I'm not really sure why. I think that it's a valiant effort on his part, but I think he gets close, but I don't think he wins it. I think he's got too many, I think because, he's willing to just, speak his mind and just go against, any power that he feels he needs to, which is great in certain circumstances. But as president of the United States, they're thinking he needs to be a little more polished and a little more, less with the fiery tongue and just, delivering his wrath. He's smart about doing all that, but is that presidential? Is that something that we need right now? Do we need another wild card in the White House? Is what they're thinking. So I see that he has, he gets in there and he has a run, but I feel like he'll only get so far with it. Interesting. But that's for later podcasts. We'll look at 2028. But I think that's what they're focusing on. I think they're just focusing on, all right, let's just get through this hell that we're in right now. And 2028 is around the corner. It's like 2 years away. We'll be there, and that's what they're thinking about. That's why they're not doing anything. They're scared. They're scared for themselves, for their families. They don't know what to do. They have been threatened in so many different ways that they're scared to make a move. That's why nobody's done anything. So they're, the thing is the Democrats are trying to do their thing and trying to do it, hey, let's do it the American way and, through Congress and through the Senate and do it that. You know what? It's going to take more than that. It's going to take just, redesigning the Constitution and redoing the whole, we need to start fresh, and are we throwing out the baby with the bathwater? Yes, we are, because it just doesn't work anymore. It left it open to too much corruption. Too much is happening now. The world we live in now is erected upon other principles. It's not the same. So we need another we need another document. We need other things to aspire to, other rules to aspire to. We'll see what all this means. I mean, I've put a lot of predictions in this particular podcast once we did get started. Let's see if my trick works next week for when I start. I'll start the laptop right before we begin, and maybe we don't have these false starts anymore. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. And it's something that just started happening in the past, like 3-4 podcasts we've been doing the spaces. But we're in here now. All right, I need to know if anybody has any other questions, because a lot of information came through today on tonight's, as I'm looking. I mean, I don't know everything, but I can tell you what was happening tonight was very real. It was me working a crime scene. It felt very similar. I was getting the information exactly how I get it. So I don't know what these things mean yet. I'm being honest about that. I don't know what that date means, December 18th. I see this word, this triad. I don't know what that is, but I think I've identified the players. And will North Korea take the fall for a bigger entity that's wanting to remain invisible and be a silent investor in this whole world takeover thing? Yeah. Is Saudi Arabia involved? Yes. I'm definitely getting Saudis on this one. And maybe they're smart for remaining in the background. Maybe that was strategic for them to do so. I don't know. But all I know is that they already have somebody set up to take the fall in case something goes sideways. And again, I see these two MPs picking up Donald Trump out of a chair. And, it's either Mr. Speaker or Mr. President at that point. Please remove him, like somebody else is taking over. I don't know what's happening. I just saw it so fast. So I'm trying not to add other things to the vision I just saw. I see Donald Trump in a chair. I see him, and the chair looks like it's got like a high back. It's not at a restaurant or something like that. It looks like they are voting on something. Like it could be at Congress or the House of Representatives or something like that, where there's a vote going on. That's the sense I got. Like there's a vote of some sort. And someone brings up something shocking and he is removed. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. So I'm just saying it. I'm just putting it out there. So you guys need to tell me I'm not going out of my mind. So I don't know what I'm seeing, or I just know I'm seeing it. So you know what? It's never done me wrong up until this point. So, I tend to not stray from what I see. When I walk away from it, I regret doing that. So I have to stay with what I see. Um, and I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just, I'm trying to get us some more information because clearly we have no information. All we know is this person is just making life miserable, for his own self aggrandizement over there in the White House and like ripping the White House to shreds, building his little fantasy land over there. And it's like it's removing history is what he's doing. And I don't like that. I think that those things should remain pristine. I don't think they should be touched. If he wanted to build, a ballroom or something else, he can build it somewhere else in another building. Why take a landmark and destroy it? Anyway, that's just my thought. All right, so I need to know if you guys have anything else you want to add. Now's the time. If you've had any questions, Patrick, you've got nothing for me tonight? Any question? Anything going on? I'm giving last call. All right, so let me know on I'll put it up on YouTube. I think I figured out that situation over there. I'll get it up there soon, and then put your comments over there because I'm interested in seeing how you guys received some of these predictions. Or it's more, it's less of a prediction. It's more like a prophecy. I don't mean to be a prophet, but it's like prophecies that I was seeing. It had the feel of a prophecy more than a prediction. And what's the difference? A prediction is not like a full on, um, like a full on event or experience with me. Like a prophecy is a full-fledged, I'm feeling it all day kind of thing. And then I have to say it because if I don't, I won't be able to go to sleep. Prophecy is bigger. Prophecy is something that seems to be written in space time, and predictions can change. Predictions can be altered by free will. Okay, I think I said that right. I think I said that the way it should be said. I'm going to leave it at that. Very, very deep conversation for a Friday evening. Thanks again for coming back. And hopefully next week we figured out this whole like start and restart thing. But a lot of predictions, prophecies, whatever you want to call them, came into tonight's podcast on Psychic State of the Union, the World, November 2025. I'm interested in your thoughts, so please post and let me know what you guys thought about what I said or what I was able to pick up. I did the best that I could. That's all we can do. And I'm wishing all you guys well, and I love you guys so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you so much. I appreciated that so much. You don't even know. All right. I am going to sign off for tonight. And until next time, have a good evening, guys. Be well.